Hi, Mark here, trust you're well. In today's Lightroom Classic quick tip, we're going to look at customizing our user interface within Lightroom Classic. So without any further ado, let's jump into Classic. Here I am, Lightroom Classic, I'm running version 14.01. Now most of us will have heard of the identity plate, but probably quite a few of you aren't aware that you can use it in different modules. And I'll show you about that in a second. But let's show you how you can customize the identity plate. So on a Mac, come up to Lightroom Classic. On a PC, it's under File. Come down to Identity Plate. And you can have three settings. So we go to the top drop down, Adobe ID. It just says Adobe and your name. Lightroom Classic, all it says is Adobe Photoshop Lightroom Classic, which is actually Classic's full title. But then there's personalize, and that's probably why we're here. And you have two main options. You have text, which you can just type your text in the box, and you have graphics. So we'll start with text, that's nice and easy, and literally we can just type away here if we wish. So I'm going to type .com again, and it appears. We can change our font, so by selecting the text and then selecting from the drop down, the default Adobe font, as the top right hand corner module menu is Adobe Clean with a font size of 22. But you can also highlight text and change the color. So there's a little swatch next to the font size on the right hand side of that side of the panel, and you can check the color. There's color wheels, there's graduated, and so on. So that's how we can change the text. We can also, while we're here, change the right hand side, all the module picker menu titles. We can change the colors, etc., and so on. Now, the interesting thing becomes when we use a graphic. Now why I say that is because we can use the same identity plate, for example, in the print module, the slideshow module, and the book module. So if we click on identity plate using graphical interface, so we go and find a logo. So there's the logo that I'm going to use. And to let you know, it's 340 pixels wide by 40 pixels high is the area we've got, and in the description I've put a Photoshop file as a template for you, so you can download that if you wish and play with it with your heart's content, and that is the area size. So we have that graphic up there, and as you can see it fits nicely in the space. So I'll press OK now. However, that graphic can be used in other modules, as I've said. So let's go to the print module. And what I can do is I can actually put the identity plate on the paper, so the paper is branded. The watermarks appear on the image, but the graphic appears on the paper. So if I change the background of the paper, in this case, you can see I've got my identity plate there. So this is going to print a black piece of paper with my identity plate, and I can click in the side and drag and drop the size of the identity plate. And it's the same with the book module and the web module and the slideshow module. We can place our identity plate on prints and pages and web pages and so on. Now, I'm asked about these logos in the panels, left and right panel. And what these are end marks, and I'll show you where you can find those. So we go to Preferences, and it's under Interface and end marks. Now the difference with that is you have to put them in a particular folder. So it gives you in the drop down the location of the folder. So you have to make a file and put it in that location. Now, to give you a starter, because you can put them any size you want, but you need an idea, a direction where you're going to go with size. So these files are approximately 350 Yes, 350 by 180. So they're 350 tall by 180 wide. Now, you might say, well, they look square to me. You've got the negative space around the graphic as well. So the size starts at the bottom module. So publish services, for example, or comments on the other side. So I'm including that negative space, the background space. That is a part of the logo. So you can make your logo, drop it in that folder. Now, the thing you have to do is close Lightroom and restart Lightroom, and then it will see the logo in that folder, and then you just select the logo. Okay. Sometimes you might have to restart it again once you've selected it, and then it'll appear. Now, I hope that's been of help for you today. If it has, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up. If you've got a question, leave it in the comments. And if you'd like to know more about my events, which I host most weeks live on Zoom, just sign up for my newsletter, lightroommark.com, and I look forward to welcoming you to one of my live events. Bye for now.